My name's Lukas Skinner. Yeah, I'm 15 years old.
What do you do?
I'm a pro surfer from England.
Nice. What have you been up to recently?
I've been pretty busy. I've been competing in the ISO World Juniors in Brazil, which I actually came away with a silver medal, which was insane. And yeah, I just got back from Ireland. I went and chased a big swell.
Yeah, so second in the world.
Yeah,
How did that feel?
so good. Felt pretty surreal. Yeah, it was a dream come true, really. Would have liked to go gold, but
Yeah.
got it taken away from me in the last 30 seconds.
So what do you think you need to do next year to get the first?
I think next year just be like train more, be stronger in myself, more positive, and yeah, just go in with a stronger headset, I think.
Yeah, and so just walk us through your sort of road to the final. You had quite an impressive run.
Yeah.
Just tell us about it.
Yeah, the road to the final was pretty amazing, like super hard, like so many heats, pretty tiring. On the beach, like 12-hour days and 38 degrees heat. So yeah, it was just long, but I pushed through it and yeah.
What was Brazil like? Have you surfed there before?
Brazil was insane. I've never been there before, so we went to Rio, and yeah, waves were just like comb, just nice and warm, and yeah, it was really cool.
Nice. Warm water then.
Yeah, super warm.
Warm over cold or?
Maybe. My dad prefers cold, but I prefer warm, I think.
Nice. Can you share any funny stories from camp?
There's actually a couple. Uh, we went to the shopping mall one day, and we actually got we got banned from the acai bowl place because my friend asked for the girl's Instagram and she said no. So there was just some funny, stupid moments. But
Nice.
yeah.
You said you got the chance to explore Brazil. What's it like as a player?
Oh, it was super cool. Just like really tourist, like full of tourism, and the acai bowls were super good. The beaches were insane, and yeah, just everything about it was super cool.
Did you surf after the comp? Or?
Yeah, I surfed like every day after the comp. We had like 2 more days, I think, and yeah, I just kept surfing back on the grind.
I know. So before you went to Brazil, there was a little bit of an injury scare.
Yeah.
Just tell us what happened.
Yeah, so before Brazil, it was the 1st of August. I ended up breaking my foot. It was like in the middle of my contest season, and it was pretty hard. But I had amazing physio, and I pushed through it. And yeah, I re-hurt it a little bit before Brazil, so I was back surfing like 10 days before we left, which was pretty soon. So yeah, it was just like the cherry on top to even get a good result over there.
How did you hurt your foot?
I hurt my foot during the warm-up for before Boardmasters, which was the first comp of the year, really. And yeah, just doing some heats with Luke Dillon, and I screwed myself. So.
Have you surfed boardies before? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite events just because it's at home and it's super busy. Yeah, it's cool.
Surf Brazil or Fistral?
Oh, Brazil. There's no chance I'd pick Fistral over that. As soon as the injury happened, really, it was like straight to the ISAs, the event, and it was like, am I going to make it? All of this, and it was super tough, like mentally. But I always believe, and I just pushed through it super hard. Like there was a couple down moments and some super ups. So I just kept happy. I went to France with my family and just cruised. So that was cool, just to get my head off everything. But yeah, it was all just determination to get to that event. So yeah.
What was the road to recovery? What was that like?
It was pretty tough, really tough actually, the road to recovery. But just trying to, it was all just staying positive because as soon as you're not positive, it's like super hard to like go anywhere. So it was just, it was hard, it was long. And I thought I was there, and then I was back surfing, and I went to France for a camp, and second day I re-hurt my foot again, so straight back.
Back to day.
Yeah, but it came back stronger, and yeah, I'm pretty happy it actually happened. So
just walk us through what sort of exercises and stuff you were doing to get yourself back in shape for the ISAs.
The main movements I was doing it was actually getting the flexibility back in my toe because it pretty much broke my toe, my joint, the ligament, and the foot. So it was like a pretty gnarly thing, but just some. It was all like pretty weird stuff, but it was all getting all that movement back in my big toe and just making sure it was super solid.
Yeah. How did you manage to stay motivated? It's such a long process getting back on the road, but.
To stay motivated, I actually watched loads of surf comps. I think it just like lit a fire inside of me, and yeah, just like kept showing me what I wanted to do and what I wish I was doing. So
yeah. So you mentioned hurting your foot again when you went to France. Was there any other setbacks?
there was no. the one in France was the biggest setback, and that I was quite happy it happened because I shouldn't have really been surfing yet, so it kind of humbled me a bit with my foot, and yeah, no, other than that setback, there was nothing, which was really cool.
Pretty scary for your family when it happened?
Yeah, pretty. They were more stressed than me, I think, but they kind of calmed down and made sure I was relaxed, and yeah, it was all good.
And on the day, just walk us through.
So on the day of I did my foot, what did I do? I was surfing all day pretty much, and the waves were super fun, and the waves got better and better and better, and I actually lost my earplug, and I was literally getting out my suit, and someone gave me another earplug, so I went back in, and yeah, as soon as I went back in, it happened. So yeah.
So how do you think you managed to make such a good comeback after your injury?
I think after the injury, my comeback was all just made from me watching and learning all the other events and people that I wanted to compete against. And I think it's a hard one, but I think just learning, I learnt so much just watching everyone, and yeah.
Who would you watch in particular?
When I was at home, I'd be watching like the WSLCT, which is the big leagues, and I'd watch like John Florence, Gabriel Medina. But the comps I watched live, I was watching some of my friends' Hans, who actually beat me in the final. Matthias, there's a couple of real good friends that I watch, so it's cool.
Nice. And this isn't your first serious injury, is it?
No.
Why don't you tell us about a couple of...
Yeah, so when I was 11, and I tore my spleen skating, which was the gnarliest injury I've ever had. And yeah, I've torn it grade 4 out of 5, and I was in hospital for like 2 weeks, and then I think it was like a total of 5 months out of the water, it was really tough. That was super hard. So I think it made this injury that I just had so much easier because I knew I'd push through that one, and yeah.
Yeah. So which competition have you enjoyed the most?
The comp I enjoyed the most was actually probably the last one, I say, just because it was like I surfed so many heats, warm weather, and yeah, I was competing against some real good people. So.
Yeah. Well, we've seen you tear it up on the Grom search.
Yeah.
Over at Bells. What was it like surfing at Bells?
Yeah, so Bells, well, that event is insane. Like that was probably my second favourite event I've ever done. Just it was combined with one of the WSLCT events, so I was surfing with all the best people in the world, which was insane. And yeah, Bells is such a cool wave. It's got so much history behind it, and I was just surfing like 3 times a day for 3 weeks. So.
Did you get to chat to any of the pros?
Yeah, I chatted to a couple, mainly like Griffin Colapinto is a legend, and but yeah, they were all super nice. I spoke to pretty much every one of them.
Were you sharing the lineup with them?
Yeah, every day. It's so cool. It was pretty nice. They were letting me have waves, and I was it was super nice. They were just like normal people, so yeah, it was cool.
So you travel the world surfing.
Yeah.
What's that like? You're living the dream.
Yeah, it gets tiring, but it's so good. Like this year and last year, I've been traveling a bit more alone, which has been super cool. I've learnt so much about myself and how to like deal with situations. So it's been super cool, but it definitely gets draining. But you love it like even more every time.
Yeah. So is that just with Surf England?
No, I'm mainly just literally on my own. But I think I'm going to Australia on the 7th of January, which is with GB Surfing. It's their new, what's it called? It's their development squad. So it's like the next Olympic cycle. So yeah, I think it's like under 25s, and there's 6 of us. So we're going to go to Oz for a month and train.
Right, so you mentioned the Olympics. That's something you want to do?
Yeah, it's one of my biggest goals, I think. So yeah.
Do you think it's achievable?
I think it's achievable for sure if I put my head to it. Longboarding looks like it might be put in it too, so my dad might be in it, which gives me more drive, because if he gets in it, then it'd be pretty cool for both of us to be in it.
Nice. Have you ever been to a competition where your dad's been competing and so have you?
Yes, so me and my dad, we were both competing in the Euros, which was just before I broke my foot. It was the last comp I did, and we were both in it, and he won his 12th European title, so it was cool to be there and in the event with him.
Nice. Whereabouts was that to?
That event was in Santa Cruz in Portugal. Yeah.
What place is your favourite wave?
That is a hard one. I don't know where my favourite wave is. I think Bells was up there, Bells and Winky Pot, but it's not the best wave, but it's probably one of the funnest. I get asked that question quite a lot, and I get blanked every time, so I don't actually know.
So what do you do before a comp or a heat? How do you prepare for it?
Before a comp, I mainly just keep surfing, get myself in a rhythm, good headspace, and then before my heats, I'm just calm, like social, speak to everyone. I don't know, listen to some music, and yeah, just get myself in a good place.
What sort of music do you listen to?
Everything. I like a bit of Dire Straits before my heats to get me psyched up. But yeah,
Do you have any superstitions or anything?
not really. No, no.
Uh, so how did it all start? How did you get into surfing?
I got into surfing when I was around 2. I don't know how, but yeah, I just went down with my dad at Perranporth Beach, and yeah, it all just started really. I was in all the time, mainly from when I was about 4 or 5. I started to really want to take it seriously, but yeah, from whenever I can remember, it's been insane.
Do
So
you remember your first sort of proper wave that sort of gave you that?
I don't remember my first wave. That was like quite a long time ago, but the first wave I remember was actually in Perranporth at high tide. I don't know if you know Perran, but there's a big Chapel Rock, and in between there and the cliff there's a right at high tide. So yeah, I used to go surf that with my friends, and yeah.
Nice. What was your first board?
My first surfboard was a Skin Dog, which my dad made me. It was like, I forgot what size it is, but it's actually a model now which we give to kids to try on when they're younger, and yeah, it's super cool. It's cool to see other kids riding similar boards to what I was on.
How often are you out surfing?
I'm out surfing pretty much most days. I try to surf at least more than once a day as well, but depending on conditions, I'll try getting every day.
Nice. What was your first comp?
My first surf comp, I think it was the Rioja Classic in St Agnes, which is a memorial comp for one of Dad's best friends, Marky Lascelles, his father, his dad, Chop. So yeah, it was super cool.
How did it go?
So I can't really remember. I think I made it to the final, but I don't think I won.
How old were
Which
you?
I must have been 5 or 4. I was like my little brother's age. Yeah.
Nice. So when you're away surfing, like all over the world,
Yeah.
do you feel the support from your family?
Yeah, when I'm traveling, my family support me so much. It's probably one of the biggest things where I feel like comfortable, and they always give me like an extra like power for me. So yeah, they're super supportive, and yeah.
Do they come with you whenever they can?
Whenever my family can come, they do come, but it's very rare because it's so expensive these days. So
So what's it like surfing for Skin Dog?
surfing for Skin Dog, it's so cool. He's my dad, so just having all the boys, they're like another family to me. So yeah, we've created some amazing models over the years, and my boards feel insane. So yeah, it's been really cool.
If you ever want like any changes to be made to your boards,
Yeah.
is it any time is it a little bit awkward? Your dad's like, no, you don't want that.
When I want changes, it's actually really good, but it never really comes that way. We almost somehow make the perfect board every time, but my dad loves it. He loves learning, so he loves people just to be honest, like what they like and what they don't like about the board, just because he can learn and make even better boards. So yeah.
How does Skin Dog support you?
Skin Dog support me by making me all the boards I need, and even when I'm at events, they're here at the factory watching like every heat, every minute, and yeah, they just make the best boards whenever I need them. So
Have you ever given it a go, shaping?
shaping, I've given it a go a couple of times. I'm not that good, but I haven't really learned. I've just watched, so I like watching.
So why shortboards over longboards?
Shortboards over longboards, I think just because I just love doing airs, big power turns. I love longboarding when it's small, but shortboarding, I think it's what I've done my whole life, and I think I'll keep doing it. But Dad always says I might end up on a longboard one day, but I don't think I will.
So what's it like surfing your dad's boards?
Surfing my dad's boards, it's super special because we can just like make a board whenever I need them, and we can just be honest what I don't like about them, what I like about them. And yeah, we can just we got a real special like bond, and not many pro surfers have that, so it's really cool.
What makes Skin Dog's boards so good?
I think Skin Dog boards are just so good because I think all the boys in the factory have such a good relationship. They know each other's like work like off the back of each other's hands. So I think just like the connection they have puts them onto the boards, and it's like insane.
Nice. Would you ever use somebody else's board?
No. At the moment, no, but I would definitely, I think when I'm older, maybe go try some boards and see what I like about them and bring them back to Dad, and we'll try and make something similar. But right now I have nothing I want to change about my boards.
So how often do you train? You said you're out in the water every day.
Yeah.
Do you do anything outside the water?
So outside the water, I'm training train 3 times a week, which is, it's a new role that's come after my foot, where I've like realised I have to really get on top of it. But yeah, training 3 times a week. Got physio with Paul Coco. He's amazing. So
Is that
yeah.
just in the gym training?
In the gym, but it's not like weightlifting because as a surfer, you don't. One of like my people I look up to, he actually said to me, "You want to be like a cat in surfing and not like a dog or like a rugby player." So we're just doing like box jumps. We do a little bit of lifting, but just like power strength and yeah.
So down here it's a little bit hard with the forecast
Yeah.
sometimes. What do
Yeah.
you do when you can't go out?
When I can't go out, we literally find a wave I can go out. So we'll go driving for hours, or I will just chill and I'll go to the gym and I'll do some physio and yeah, I'll make most of the time.
Do you ever go up to the Wave and train in Bristol?
Yeah, so when there's no waves, we go up to Bristol at the Wave. They're actually one of mine and Dad's sponsors, so we're up there all the time. And yeah, it's such a good training ground to like repetitively like try a new maneuver or even just better yourself in every part of your surfing. So
Yeah, me and Seb, we were speaking about it on the way
yeah.
down. We've never been down there.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it for sure. It's such a good place. Just like you can do any setting you want. You can surf for as long as you want, really. And yeah, it's just such a good place for everyone. And yeah, it's really cool.
So when we got in, you told us you had 3 cheese and bean melts.
Yeah.
Do you have to? Are you on a diet or anything?
I'm not on a diet, no, but I eat pretty well most of the time.
Yeah.
But I do treat myself to some Greggs sometimes. But yeah, no diet. Just eating what tastes nice and what I feel good off.
So what's your school situation?
My school situation is pretty hard to like keep up to date. But my school chauffeurs, they've been amazing. Like they've really like let me have as much time off as I need, and they've adapted and made sure I'm on top of my work. And yeah, it's all going well. So
Yeah, what's it like being like everybody must look up to you? That's the pro surfer guy. What's that like?
yeah, it's pretty cool. All my friends, I went back to school the other day and they're all super happy. So it's nice. They're like my friends that I don't see out of school. So when I'm in school, it's super nice to see them. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice. Do you feel the support from them as well when you're away?
Yeah, a lot. Like they were actually watching me in class when I was away. So they were sending me videos and yeah, it was cool.
So you've already told us you do follow the CT. What's your favourite event?
My favourite event on the CT has to be Pipeline. I think it's just the best. I think it's the best event there is. But I do love like J Bay and Bells and I love all the events. But Pipe's like the one that stands out for me.
Who's your favourite surfer?
I have so many favourite surfers, but this year I've started to really like Ethan Ewing. But I love like John Florence, Kelly Slater, all of them guys. Yeah.
So have you got any predictions for the upcoming season?
Predictions. I try not to give myself too many predictions, like just go with the flow. But I would like to go win gold at the ISAs next year. I've still got another year in the under-16, so that's a big goal. And I just try not to keep it too hard on myself and go with the flow.
Yeah. So do you have any other hobbies?
I used to do skating as my other hobby, and then I got injured with my spleen, and now I play golf. So golf's my little hobby that I play. It keeps my body loose, and one of my good friends, he's like one of the best in the county, so it's nice to play with him.
Got a handicap?
Yeah, well, I haven't played in like 5 months. It was like 16, which is pretty good, but now it's probably going to be like 20 or something.
So what's the big dream? What do you really want to achieve?
My big dream is to be an Olympian, a medalist in the Olympics, and reach the CT.
How do you think you're going to achieve it?
I'm going to achieve it by hard work, determination, training really hard, staying in a good positive place, making new boards that are perfect for me, and yeah, just everything I can do is going to be something that adds on.
So for everybody that doesn't know, if you wanted to get to CT, how would you achieve that?
So to get to the CT, it's pretty long. You've got to come top 10 or top 8 in the European qualifying region, and then you then go to something called the Challenger, which every region across the qualifying series goes on to, and then it's the top 10 from there go on to the thing and go on to the CT. And to get in the top 10, you've got to have really good results over like 10 events, which is super hard, but the best can do it. So.
How far off are you from the Challenger series?
That's a goal that's to come, I think, because the qualifying series, it's really draining. So I'm trying not to hit that too early and just like get better in every part of my surfing before I go to that. And so when I reach it, I'm going to be the best I can be.
So you said Pipe's your favourite competition.
Yeah.
Is that your dream wave as well?
Pipe's my dream wave. I'm going to try go there this year. Yeah, that's my That's my like paradise.
Has your dad ever surfed it?
My dad has surfed it before. He said he didn't get many waves out there because it's so busy, but yeah, he loves it there.
Nice, would he go with you?
This time he's not going to come with me, I don't think, because he's so busy at work and comps. But there's going to be in a couple years he'll be coming with me all the time.
Will you ever surf the cribber?
I've never surfed the cribber actually. It's something that I would like to surf, but I just surfed Mullaghmore in Ireland last week, so that was pretty scary. That was really scary, but I had a pretty crazy wave, so that's definitely something I want to try do in the future.
Hasn't your mum and your dad both surfed cribber?
My mum hasn't surfed cribber, but my dad has. But my mum's a full surfer herself, and yeah.
Did you see them surf it? See your dad surf it?
I seen my dad surf cribber when I was younger. Yeah, it was super cool. He actually got like 2 bows on one wave and then got exploded. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So who do you dream of surfing against?
My dream competitor is probably like Gabriel Medina or someone, like the top guys, just so they push you, because the best people I surf against now, they really push me, so it'd be cool to surf a heat against him.
Who do you sort of compare your sort of style to on the CT?
My style I would compare to, I don't know, I would like to say like Philippe Toledo or John, but I'm not that close yet. But yeah.
So what's your next event?
My next event is, I'm not sure when my next event is. I think it may be in February, depending on Hawaii or not. But that'll actually be a qualifying event, which will be in Morocco.
And your favourite heat, favourite win?
My favourite heat. I've had a lot of favourite heats. I think one was the final in Bells in Australia for the Grom Search, and then the other one would be probably my semi-final into the ISAs, just because the relief I had to get into the final after that heat. Yeah, it was no better feeling really.
Have you got a trophy cup now at home?
There's one full of Daz's trophies and a couple of mine, but
You're
yeah,
gonna need a bigger one then.
gonna need a bigger one I think, hopefully.